Fish on. I do believe it's another small one though. Yeah, I'm just horsing this bad boy in here. They get to the boat and put up a fit. Got her. Now those 8-pound, 10-pound catfish are a whole lot of fun to catch. But if you're out here trying to find eaters, the 1 to 3-pound catfish are the ones you want. They just taste better, trust me. That being said, I'm not eating her. Let's let her go. I am Will Mack. This is Willpower Fishing. It has been hot as the dickens outside. Yesterday it got up to 103 degrees, which doesn't make for great fishing, but I'm headed out today anyway. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna do something a little bit different. Today I am targeting catfish. So the first thing I need to do is get some bait. This will be fun. Today I'm going to be fishing with crawdads and cut bait. I set a couple traps out in this small stream, and I'm also going to fish under this very bridge that I'm standing on for some creek chubs, maybe some small sunfish or something else that I can use as cut bait to try to catch these catfish. Pulling these traps up is always exciting. It's just like fishing, you don't ever know quite what you're gonna get. Holy moly. I said 2 traps, this is just 1 trap, and this thing is crawling with crawdads. Holy smokes. Let's pull up trap number 2. And it looks like got a few more. Now that is a ton of crawdads. That's a whole bucket full of crawdads. I don't need that many. And there's some that are really, really big in there too, and that's really not ideal either. So I'm just gonna pick out the best half dozen or so that are the right size for what I need. Listen, man, I'm not gonna lie. I consider myself a rough and tough outdoorsman, and these things give me the heebie-jeebies. But they catch fish, so I put up with it. I got the crawdads that I want to use, so now it's time to fish for some cut bait. I'm looking for small fish, creek chubs, really small bluegill, stuff that I can put on a hook and try to catch catfish with. And so what I'm gonna do to catch them is I'm gonna cast right under this little bridge. I got just the tiniest little jig with a grub tail on back, and I'm once again see if I can catch 4 or 5 of those. And got one. So this is the perfect size creek chub. Creek chubs are little minnows that characteristically hang out in creeks. Well, it took me about 15 minutes to catch all the bait I needed. In here I've got 8 crawdads, and I picked the ones that are about medium size and small pinchers. Small pinchers. We want to make these poor guys an easy meal. And then I caught another 3 creek chubs. I would have liked to have caught 4 or 5, but I think 3 will be just enough. And it's time to hit the lake anyway, baby. It is a beautiful morning, despite the fact that it's going to be really, really hot today. The sun is already out, but I think it's early enough and cool enough to where I'm going to target shallow bays of this small lake that I'm fishing right now. So I'm going to start shallow, and if I don't get anything, then I'll gradually move deeper and deeper until I find these fish. Starting out, throwing my crawdad out there. Now, catfish love crawdads, bass love crawdads. So I'm targeting catfish, but we're gonna see what this guy catches. Fish on. I'm using pretty light line here, so I've gotta play this fish a little bit. Sure enough, we got ourselves a little catfish. Bang! Bang! This is all of about 1.5 pounds, maybe 2 pounds, but the monkey is off the back. I came out here on a hot day to catch some catfish, and hopefully this is one of a few. Let's let her go. Maybe we'll catch her when she gets bigger. I think something has my crayfish here. Something has my crayfish here, and I'm waiting till I'm sure it's in. Oh. Ooh. I almost had 2 fish on. I got another catfish on this cut bait. Oh, this might be a little bit better than the last one. Oh yeah, it's better than the last one. This fish is giving me a fit. I think I've got on a 4 or 5 pounder. Yes. I'm fishing with 10 pounds on my leader fluorocarbon. I would usually or ideally like to fish at least 15 and maybe 20 pound fluorocarbon, but 10 is what I'm using today. I forgot my 20 pound spool back at the house, so I've really got to play these fish. Don't pull too hard. They will wear out and come to the surface. Well, I just got to lean on her. I just got to lean on this one. Keep that tension. Oh, it's a beautiful fish. Oh, bang, bang. Landed her. This is what I'm talking about. This is about a 3 pound catfish. Gave me an absolute fit. Look at the belly on that fish. You know she's been eaten. Man, what a fun fish to catch. And beautiful too. This little fish broke my line just as I pulled her out of the water, which is exactly why you want to use heavier pound test even when you're catching smaller catfish. They just drag your line through the mud. Let's go ahead and let her go. Since I had to retie anyway, I wanted to show you exactly the rig that I'm using to catch these fish. I have a 1/4 ounce barrel weight followed by a bead, and the bead protects the knot that's on my barrel swivel, so my weight's just not banging up against that knot, weakening it. And then I have a leader from my barrel swivel to my circle hook. I did cut 15 pound fluorocarbon off my bait casting rod because I do need a little bit stronger line, as you can see. And then this right here is a 3/0 circle hook. The wonderful thing about circle hooks is you don't have to worry about setting the hook. Because of the way these hooks are designed, every time they land right in the corner of the fish's mouth as it turns away with your bait, setting itself. So if you're catfishing, these are just the only way to go, and you don't lose the fish. Fish on, fish on. I hit this little creek opening. Not sure if I should leave my last spot because I was catching fish, but they weren't very big, so trying this spot here, and appears to have paid off. The fight these fish put up is unbelievable, especially if you get on a 4 or 5 pounder. And I've caught 20-pound fish and they take a while. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. Whoa. Nice fish. Well, I'm happy I tied on that 20-pound leader. This is what I was talking about. This circle hook is right in the corner of this fish's mouth, right where you want it to be. That one came out nice and easy. Now this is a long fish. These fish spawn in June, so they spend July and August really trying to fatten back up. What a beautiful fish. Oh, and what a fight. Oh, let's get her back in there. I got one more. Tell you what, the ironic thing about catching catfish, maybe not so ironic, is that I look for the same types of spots that I'd be bass fishing. So creek channels, shallow flats, ledges. As a matter of fact, I've caught about 3 of these fish on ledges where I know that it goes from a shallow 3 or 4 foot flat down into 8 or 10 feet. She's giving me a ride. Oh yeah, not a bad one. Boom. This is a very young channel catfish. You can tell because it's got spots on its side. As they get older, they lose those black spots on their side and become that classic brownish, greenish, almost iridescent color. What a beautiful fish. I got to get off this lake before I get too sunburned. Let's let her go. Mwah. I am a bass fisherman at heart, but it's always fun to take on a different challenge and target a different species of fish. I caught my creek chubs and those crawdads out of the same little stream. And odds are there is a little stream within 1.5 miles of your house that is absolutely loaded with minnows, creek chubs, sunfish, and crawdads. You just have to figure out how to get them. To catch those crawdads, I used a Minnow Trap. This is about a $15 trap, and you can bait this with all kind of stuff. I used a hot dog to catch all those crawdads. Admittedly, I am not the greatest crawdad fisherman. I got some really big hits on those crawdads, but I failed to land them. They are kind of tricky to figure out. All my fish came on cut bait, and that is small sections of cut up fish, those creek chubs that I caught. I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed making it, and I hope you got something out of it. So smash like, and until next time, throw on a piece of cut bait onto a circle hook and chucking. I guess you would just chuck it out there and wait for a catfish to come by and hammer it. Peace.